Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my first video for a part of DC history, and my first video is on Batman The Dark Knight Returns. Now, as you can see, this book has gone through a lot of torture. This is a really old trade. It's only like a second edition trade, but it went through a lot of moves, and I've read it a lot. A lot of my friends have read it, and so that's why it just looks all beat up to heck. But anyways, originally the original trade paperback, or not, sorry, the original 4-issue miniseries came out in 1986, and it was a 4-issue series. And at the time when this book came out, it was more of like a prestige style book. It was like heavier stock cover paper, glossy, and it really, it was a lot more expensive than what traditional comics were at the time. Now, why this book by Frank Miller is really important, because this basically set the stage for the Batman you see today. Without this book, you probably wouldn't have the Batman movie franchise. You wouldn't have had, all those years of darkness, and eventually the Batman reemerging from darkness. What made this story special was because, at the time, Frank Miller was a really popular writer and artist, coming off of the Daredevil series for Marvel. And that was like with Daredevil killing Elektra and all that other stuff, the Hand, the Kingpin, all that stuff. And this book was definitely, it took a lot of chances, I guess you can say, and it was definitely directed towards a more mature audience versus a traditional teenager or younger crowd. And as you can see, the art's not user-friendly in the sense of, for kids. Personally, I think this artwork is one of Frank Miller's best that he's done. And it's a shame that we don't see more books by Frank like this. He's done other things that are hit and miss with me and with fans, but I don't think there's anything that he's really done, or I should say he hasn't done much, that left an imprint like this book did. The basic story with Batman: The Dark Knight Returns is it's like basically all the superheroes disappeared. They retired, they left, they did whatever, they just are no longer superheroing. And in terms of Batman, he basically he retired after Jason Todd died. So this gives you kind of like a time frame of when this book takes place. And it's kind of like an alternate universe that never says it's an alternate universe type thing. So there was a lot of speculation as to when this actually took place, or will it take place in the future, at least back then. Now, anyways, there's a lot of lawlessness that's going on in Gotham, and eventually Bruce Wayne, a little bit older, comes out of retirement. And he saves a young girl, and what she does basically is she gets herself a cheap Robin costume, and then she hunts down Batman to become, the new Robin. And there's primarily the villains of this book are, you get like Two-Face, you have the Joker in here, and there's some really, really nice pictures of the Joker. It's like truly demented, ugly pictures that it's rare when you see Joker looking this good, especially with the way the mouth is, the eyes. Even the fights here were really brutal, especially brutal for the time. Now, eventually, what happens is, due to the lawlessness that's going on, well, I'm not going to give every single bit away, but Superman eventually gets involved, and he's ordered to take down Batman, and which leads to actually a really awesome fight between Batman, Green Arrow, and Superman. And while this is going on, it's like the cult of the Bat. It's forming, and it was really highly entertaining. Another really good thing about this book is we got these great one-page panels like this. It's Superman. You have the Batman with the American flag, and it was just like basically, I guess you can say this is basically eye candy, because there's just so much that's good in this book. And if you haven't read this book, you're really cheating yourself out of an amazing Batman story. Um, and like I said, if this here was the blueprint, because this was a very dark time. This took Batman to a darker place, and you really wouldn't have anything. I mean, this really shaped a whole generation of comics. So this is like a very, very important piece of Batman history. So if you don't have this, I would highly recommend buying this. It's like I said, it's probably one of the best DC trades that you can buy right now. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know. Rate the video up or down. Let me know what you think. And I do plan on doing some other videos. Like I know that I'm going to be gearing up for Green Lantern, like all the Ring Wars. I'm going to break that up into different parts to try to make it so it's not like a 30-minute data dump video type thing. And it gives me time to also reread some of the comics and stuff, because I don't have all the trades for it. But anyways, I'll be doing that, and I'm probably going to do Crisis and a couple other things, for at least on the DC side. And there'll be more Marvel stuff too coming down the road. So anyways, if you have any comments or questions, just let me know, and I'll have more reviews and videos up later. So until next time.